Okay.
Hello everybody, Danny Wells here, Regional Vice President, soon to be National Vice President. Woohoo! And tonight we've got the pleasure of the amazing independent consultant Samantha Ball training on Genius Pads. Take it, Sam.
Right, hello guys, you're right. Right, this is just going to be quite a short sort of informal training session, but I just wanted to go through some of the main things about the Genius Pads. Can I have a show of hands? Who's actually used these already? Okay, you're kind of putting me to shame because this is one thing I'm desperate to.
Sorry.
Oh, hello, Suzanne. Now, this is something I've not yet used and I'm so desperate to get my hands on, so I've just done lots of research on it instead. Right, so Genius Pads, basically the main sort of 5 points that we gathered from Region. We listened to, not from Region, from AAC. We listened to Regional Vice President Martin McKenzie. And he basically says that the retinoids are the main sort of component of these Genius Pads. And the retinoids basically exfoliate the top layer of skin. They reduce pigmentation. They control excess oil. And they stimulate the living layers of skin. And it also encourages the blood circulation to the skin. So I'll go into this in a little bit more detail. So your retinoids, basically there are molecules that are derived from vitamin A that are well known for their anti-aging properties. But these are quite often, they cause irritation and they don't really work with a lot of people. And these are the medical retinoids that they use. Now what Arbonne have done is they've found plant-based retinoids called phytonol, I think is how you pronounce it, which have the same benefits but less irritation. So almost anyone can use these Genius Pads. They have various different sort of points that they can work on. So they help with dark spots, sunspots, fine lines and wrinkles. So I think nearly everyone has got something out of those 4 that these can help with. So they penetrate the deeper layer of the skin, your dermis layer, and they actually enter the skin cells there, and they can actually affect your DNA. So that's how they sort of stimulate them. It can give a healthier glow, which like in your epidermis, which is your top layer of skin. Now your top layer of skin gets thicker with age and it's constantly building up, and your top layer of skin is it's literally just the dead skin cells sort of making their way up as the new skin cells are building up underneath. And the retinoids speed up the making of these new cells, and they help the sort of shedding of the older skin cells. So this actually helps your skin to feel fresher and brighter in complexion. Also, it reduces the skin pigmentation and your age spots, which is done by regulating the melanin, which is how it kind of lightens the age spots. Also, it helps to reduce the excess oil, which also helps with things like acne, whiteheads, and also your blackheads. Obviously, oils can be quite a problem with those, which is the main reason I want to try this. It also stimulates collagen making cells in your dermis and water attracting molecules. So obviously this is going to help with hydration, making your skin look more plump and also firmer as well. And also there's the stimulation of your blood circulation, and obviously your blood circulation is helping get the oxygen to all the cells around your body. So that's obviously quite key for sort of helping those new cells to grow. Now, the things that are actually in the Genius products, you've got something called mandelic acid, and this is one of the anti-aging properties, and that's what helps with your skin resurfacing and your surface turnover. So again, that's talking about your dead skin cells and your new skin cells. Oh gosh, these are difficult words. Acelaic acid, I think is how you pronounce it, and that's what helps with your skin lightening. There's resorcinol, which helps, it's like an antiseptic compound, and that actually helps with the lightening of your skin as well. So all 3 of those different ingredients are actually found in medical skin peels. So this is something that's actually being used in clinics, but this is what's in the Genius Pad. So obviously this is like bringing your clinical products kind of to the, to the home environment without needing, whether it's a doctor or the form of clinician. So that's obviously quite a key selling point as well. There's also a potent form of vitamin C antioxidant in there as well, called ascorbic acid. And there's a vitamin D anti-inflammatory as well. Right, clinical studies. So as we know with Arbonne, we have independent clinical studies done with that various different products. So there's a published clinical study, which in 10 weeks, I found this absolutely amazing. Sorry, in 2 weeks, 100% of participants agreed that there was an improvement in both skin moisture, firmness, and elasticity. And to get 100% of people to actually agree on something like that in an independent study, I think is absolutely outstanding. So that's quite a key selling point as well.
And is that
those two things again?
There was skin moisture, there was firmness, and also skin elasticity.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that by independent studies?
Yeah, all of Arbonne studies are independent, aren't they?
That's good as well then, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And then also in 8 weeks, 100% of participants found that the depth and length of wrinkles and fine lines was reduced. So again, absolutely amazing. Right, so the basics on how to use it. So you've got it, obviously you guys have probably mostly used it, but for those who haven't, it comes, you've got a liquid solution in a bottle, and then you've got a pot of pads, and you pour the solution over the pads, and it basically absorbs into the pads, and you need to leave it for at least a minute before using your first one.
Jane's just gone to get hers to show us.
Oh, that'd be brilliant, thank you. So yeah, you pour it onto your pads and it soaks in, so at least a minute before you use your first one, probably 2 would be best. And then you basically use the pads, each one, you use just 1 pad per day, so you've got 60 pads in there, so they last for 60 days, and you brush upwards and outwards in a sweeping motion across your face. Hoping she's gonna, if she comes back with them. Thank you, product lady.
Jane's got some to show us just here. And she's actually cut them in half so that they go further.
Genius. Poor joke, I know. Right, so obviously, yeah, I mean, that's going to make them go further. So instead of 60, you're going to have 120. So if you want to save some, there's your solution and your pads. Danny, this is excellent.
None.
Thank you very much. And a top tip is once you've, yes, exactly what I was about to say, is once you've used your first one, obviously that's going to be quite moist with the solution, but when you get to using the other ones, if you tip it upside down, obviously with the lid on, then it'll allow all the moisture to soak into the pads that will be on the top when you open it up again. So that's a little tip. And a good thing to do is when you're doing your nighttime regime, if you're going to start with cleansing, which is what the suggestions to do, if you tip them upside down before you start your skin regime, and by the time you get round to using them, they're going to be soaked up. That's what upside down is. Right, so the best sort of nighttime skin regime that is actually suggested is to start off with, you can do this with RE9 and you can do it with the FC5. Start off with your cleanser first. So cleanse your skin, then just sort of dab dry your face and apply your pads again using that sort of upward outward motion. Not too close to your eyes though, because obviously this is quite an active product. And then you want to use your regenerating toner if you're using the RE9, and then your night cream after that. And if your skin's not too sensitive, if you use the intensive renewal cream as well. Again, you can use it with the FC5. You start with your cleansing again, then you use your Genius pad, and then put your night cream on afterwards. Suggestion with the Calm range, if somebody's using the Calm range, because they've got sensitive skin, don't suggest to use the Genius pads because they're going to be too harsh for their skin. If they're using the Calm set because they just like it and not because of the skin sensitivity, then they'll be okay with the Genius pads, most likely. Obviously, I can't say 100%. So that's the best way to use them. Just a couple of cautions just to finish off. With regards to your retinoids, obviously, you know, this is something strong, like a strong ingredient that we're using. You need to be using a day cream that's got an SPF in it. So retinoids actually make your skin more light sensitive. So definitely make sure you've got SPF. Even if it's actually like a sun cream, that'd be fine. But if you've got a day cream that's got SPF in it, that'd be better. And also, these are not to be used by pregnant women or by women that are breastfeeding. Yeah, they're the two main cautions really that you just need to be careful with.
Could I ask a question? Sorry.
Yeah, of course you can.
Do we know why?
I don't. No, there wasn't anything on it that was... My best guess would be that because it's absorbed right down to your deepest layers, it's going to be that sort of much into your system that it's just not worth risking it with, you know, having a baby in you that's taking all the nutrients.
Is it the vitamin A?
Yeah, I thought it was the vitamin A, because don't you have to be pregnant? You don't have to give it.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe then.
I asked this the other day because I asked it on the WhatsApp group because somebody said to me you can't use the RE9 group range if you're pregnant, and I asked it on the group and they said no, it wasn't the RE9 because vitamin A is fine. And I thought it was something else, but I'm not sure. So
We can try
and I can see pregnancy, but I don't quite get the breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Only because I wanted to really use them. I'm still breastfeeding.
Best thing's probably look on the source. I don't know if you know a way around it yet, but yeah, the source is brilliant for asking stuff like that.
Sorry, I've interrupted you.
No, don't worry. No, it's fine. It's supposed to be like dead informal. But yeah, there is a presentation on the source about it. There's also like a short 2-minute video about Genius pads, how they work. But there's also another that's, I think it's called Mix Mash or something like that. But that's basically got a load of EMVPs on it that are saying what they found from using Genius pads and their own opinions on them.
What was that on, Sam?
Pardon?
What was that on?
It was on the source. I just typed in Genius and it came up. There was a short 2-minute something video about the actual product, but then there was another video that said Mix Mash or something like that. And that had all the MVPs on it, that ones I've never heard of as well, I'm being very honest there. But they were just sort of saying what they found the most out of using the product, which I thought was quite good. Yeah, so the source is quite a few bits of information. There's also RVP Martin McKenzie. Obviously, he's got a SoundCloud, which Danny very kindly sent to me. Yeah, and I think they're your main sources of information for it, really. But I do think after doing all this sort of research, it's such a key seller because of all the different things that it does and because so many people can use it. You know, even if it is for sort of the anti-aging side of things as well. I know our RE9 set's great, but... And also, just one thing I did find quite interesting, the actual bottle is green, which is basically the glass is coloured to protect it from light, which I didn't know. That's to protect it, apparently.
Sam, I've got the answer on the source. Shall I read it out?
Please, yeah.
Okay. Dear Wendy, thank you for your inquiry. During pregnancy, your skin can change and any supplements that you take can have a reaction to products that you use. We are unable to advise whether a product or an ingredient is safe to use with any medical condition, including allergy, pregnancy or nursing, or for someone who is undergoing medical treatment, or is using or will be using a prescription medication. Arbonne recommends consulting with a doctor prior to using any Arbonne products in conjunction with them. This would also include anyone with sensitivity to certain ingredients. You may download a copy of the ingredient list for the product to present to your doctor. The doctor should be able to review the ingredients and advise based on the individual's specific circumstances. If there are any ingredients in the product that they may want to avoid, hope this helps. So I'm guessing that you have to, if you're breastfeeding or pregnant, take the ingredients to your doctor and get individual advice.
But it's more, it sounds like more of a precaution to cover themselves. Because the fizz sticks have the same warning on the side, and I just took that to mean just with the caffeine in it.
Yeah, I think because all the products in that have got such active ingredients in them, I think they have got to be really careful with regards to who they say can use them and who can't. And obviously with ladies that are pregnant or breastfeeding, they don't want to risk anything. But yeah, as long as we're not sort of saying that, you know, as long as we're giving that advice out, then we're not putting anyone potentially at risk. So
Yeah.
just kind of covers us really, I think. But that's kind of what I found. I was kind of hoping that I might be able to get some feedback from you guys who have actually used the products, and just let me know what you've found yourselves, if that's okay.
Who's used them?
Be nice to hear your opinion then, Danny.
Well, we can hear everyone's opinion. Go on then, Danny.
Well, in all fairness, I wish you. Did we talk about it at the breakfast table?
Yeah.
See,
We're not football. Do you mean in the hotel where there was 10 of us?
no, but in all fairness, though, if you'd have said I could have sort of like given you a paddle stone, and then you could have just used it. But obviously, you were out partying all night, so you couldn't have had it because you got in at 2. So no, yeah, I mean, for me, obviously, you know, you've got to be a product of the product, and I just thought, right, I'm just gonna have to jump into this. Yeah, it might be for females, but I'll use it anyway. I mean,
I don't think they are for females.
well, no, but I mean, I just thought, well, you know, people think, you know, that sort of grooming is for females, and I thought, well, I'm going to go in for it. But yeah, using it, you know, I use it, you know, every night. So I wash my face as normal, and then I use the Genius pad. So, like you say, I'll use that upward stroking motion, sort of like around the neck, up, then round the top, gently sort of like pat my face, and then I use the RE9. Jen's laughing. Jen's laughing at me. Just pat my face like that. But yeah, I use it obviously in conjunction with my RE9 anyway. But I have noticed obviously around sort of like the eye area here, I did have sort of like fine lines. You know, not that I'm being a bit vain or anything like that. I know you girls are laughing at me at the top, so don't.
No, we're laughing at Phil laughing at you.
I wasn't looking at Phil. My mum's on the ball now, great. Right, so anyway, you know, I mean, I just thought, 35 years old, I might as well give it a go, you know.
35?
Don't you start, Wellesley.
I thought you were at least 40.
At least. No, but I just thought, I mean, I've noticed, you know, within sort of like 2 weeks of using it, yeah, I mean, obviously, I've got, you know, my lines of you know, the actual definition of them actually gone, so that's fantastic. Like you say, the elasticity of the actual skin itself is actually improved. So yeah, I would highly recommend them. You know, for Ian as well, because obviously
Hey?
use it.
What else is he?
So yeah, I mean that's my you know story really. They are fantastic. Yeah, pretty good.
Thanks, Danny.
No worries. Ian next. Oh, sorry, doesn't use them.
I'm not quite there yet. I'm still young and fresh faced. Ish.
I'm not coming out of the closet for nobody.
Are we still talking about Genius pads here, Phil?
Can I just say,
Whatever you want.
I don't know, Sam, if you'd used it, but on the source there is a collection focus guide on the Arbonne Intelligent Genius that we've just recently changed and put up.
I can't hear you, Suzanne.
There's a focus guide on the source for the intelligence range, including the Genius pads.
Right, I hadn't looked at that. No, thank you.
Well, they do
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, replacing like the.
They're going to have 3 different things. They're going to have focus guides, which are quick, like cue cards, and they're going to meet the products, which are a bit more in depth.
And then
they're
there
gonna
was
have something else.
selling points and I like the selling points.
Who else was going to say about their experience?
I've used them, and I don't know if you guys remember, sort of about 6 months ago, my skin was awful, really, really bad. I think it was partly due to having used so many different things, because I've always had bad skin, for the past, like, I don't know, say 17, 18 years, and obviously it wasn't working. So switching to the Arbonne range obviously drew everything out, but it left me with a lot of scarring. And the Genius pads have just been incredible for getting rid of it. my skin still isn't perfect, but it's so much better. So for people who do suffer with that, yeah, I'd highly recommend it. And as well, like, it makes your skin more firm. Yeah, I just think they're brilliant. But Jane, do you cut them in half before you put the stuff on? Because I've not cut them in half and I want to.
Yeah, I did it before I put the stuff on. Yeah.
Okay. If I do that next time.
Yeah.
Is that because you're using them as samples?
Yeah.
Those actually do.
Yeah, no, I've only cut them in half to use, like if I take them for displays and stuff. I use a whole one for myself because, yeah, like I say, half's not enough.
Yeah,
really.
I have to use a whole one.
Yeah.
Because I find that I have too much solution. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I do. I put it on my hands, but yeah.
Heels as well, bottoms of my heels.
Jane, did you cut them individually with a knife, or did you use scissors? Or?
A few. I did them with scissors.
Okay.
What scissors did you use? Blue scissors, right-handed scissors.
Right-handed. Oh, I've only got left-handed ones.
What hands then? Yeah, my skin's always been awful. I look awful today because I've been cleaning all day, and I've not what I feel like I do because I've not even had time to shower. I'm a bit of a minger tonight. So. What a bad day today. Just don't go there. So anyway, so my skin's bad, and I thought I'd try these, and I brought them with the RE9 set. It works out a lot cheaper, and yeah, they're brilliant. I mean, my skin's still not perfect, but huge improvement. My main issue for me is large pores, and they've definitely helped with that. I've never really suffered with acne, not since I was young, so I've not had that issue, but definitely kind of just surface of the skin, smoothness and brightness as well. I always felt like my skin was really dull. Definitely helped brighten it.
Brilliant. It's all positives then, isn't it, really? So.
Oh, I was going to say this as well about Amy, but I didn't know if she'd mind me saying or not. She's just typed it in the box. My scarring has improved a lot with the Genius pads. I'm breastfeeding too, Victoria. I definitely find that the anti-inflammatory agent works. Thumbs up from me. Thanks, Amy.
Nice one.
Yeah, I've used them for quite a few weeks now, and I use them because I'm in my 40s. I'm 44 soon. And I've started noticing. I'm 44 soon. Best decade. And I found that I'm getting wrinkles, starting to get lines, those marionette lines down there and around the eyes. Because you know, like the wooden, like imported gummies. Yeah. They're like the way they're made. I think so. Yeah, I don't know. So, but I would say a note of caution: don't scrub too hard, because I got so enthusiastic with mine, and I scrubbed like I was using like sandpaper on a block of wood, and my face was on fire, and it was like the equivalent of a chemical peel. I think I took off. So my wrinkles and my forehead, because my forehead was becoming a little bit wrinkly. The fine lines went, but so did, most of my expression. Scrub gently. Don't attack your face too much. But I absolutely love them. But I do find that it does dry the skin out if you use them. You do need the cream afterwards to moisturise. Yeah, because they're a bit dry otherwise. But love it.
Have you used them yet? Have you used them?
Yeah, but not for a while.
Did you want to talk about them?
No, I can't remember.
I'll just add my little bit then. When I was younger, I had chicken pox, and I had 2 scars from my chicken pox when I was about 3, 4, 5, so years ago. And I had no intention of getting rid of them. They didn't worry me at all. But I found from using the Genius pads that they're faded. I can barely see them now. Yeah, so I just wanted to add that. I think they're brilliant. I use one every night. I think they're great.
Awesome. Thanks, Danny. That's kind of it from me, really. I just wanted to hear some feedback from you guys.
Can I ask something?
Yeah.
Can you use it for clear control? Do you know?
Yeah, I do.
Mention it. Delia.
Yeah, I only use the wash though. I use the Clear Control wash and then the RE9 toner.
Can you
prefer that one?
Well, they've got their own pads though, haven't they? I think the new control that they've just brought out, I think they've got pads in there. What's it? I can't think what it's called. Yeah, I'll check that new range out. I think they've got, because they mentioned pads, so they might have their own pads.
there is something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on camera. I know, I came to wet hair and now I've got like an afro.
Sam, that was amazing. Was there anything else you wanted to add to that?
I think that was about it really, and thanks for everyone's like opinions on them as well. It's good to get the feedback.
That was brilliant.
That was so good.
Thank you.
I'll stop this recording.